What's up guys, it's 6 Minute Sports, and before I start the video, I just want to say thank you to getting us for 500 subscribers. We're only halfway of the goal of 1,000, but thank you guys again so much, and a special video for 500 subscribers is coming out soon. Hope you enjoy. Last night, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors beat the Boston Celtics in Game 6 of the 2022 NBA Finals for Curry to win his 4th ring and his first Finals MVP. Now, the question everybody has been talking about is Curry a top 10 NBA player of all time? So let's talk about it today, and I'll be breaking down all the facts and deciding whether he's top 15 or top 10. So to make this list of 10 players, let's first start off with 4 players who are consensus top 10 amongst pretty much everybody. Those guys are Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now that we got those 4 out of the way, we have 6 more players to go. The next 2 players we're going to talk about are also consensus top 10 players, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, who ruled the 80s and some of the 90s. I mean, these were great players. They both won 3 MVPs and multiple championships. They're easily top 10 players. So with that being said, we have 6 spots filled out of our 10 spots in the top 10 list. We have 4 more spots left, and I have 8 players who I think are worthy of this, and we have to choose which 4 make it and which 4 don't. These 8 players are Steph, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon, KD, and Oscar Robertson. I think all these guys have a shot at top 10, so let's say why each one does and doesn't have a chance. So first, let's talk about why Kevin Durant should not make a top 10 list. And Kevin Durant's a great player. I just think he's a top 15 player. I mean, he's a great scorer, don't get me wrong. He's just not had as many accolades or as much career success as the other players in this 8. Next is Oscar Robertson, and while his stats do look good, you have to know that he played in an earlier era where there wasn't as much good competition, and while that doesn't do anything against him, it does hurt that he only has 1 ring to his name, and that was in the last 2 to 3 years of his career on the Bucks. KD and Oscar Robertson are both great players. They're just not top 10 worthy, and KD has a chance to change that, but Oscar Robertson, he's a really good player. I think he's top 15, top 13 range. So yeah, he's a really good player, and these guys just missed out on my top 10 list as of right now after the 2022 NBA Finals. Next is Hakeem, who is a great defender and won 2 championships with the Rockets back-to-back years when Michael Jordan was playing baseball, but he was still a great player, a really good defender, and he was a versatile big man. I really like Hakeem, but I don't think he has what it takes to be top 10 compared to the Bill Russells and the Tim Duncans, who we're going to talk about. And I think right now, if it's Hakeem versus Tim Duncan and one of them doesn't make the top 10 list, I'm going to be taking Tim to make that list because, well, Timmy D, he has 5 rings, 3 Finals MVPs, and while Hakeem was amazing, Tim Duncan was just better and just had more success over a similar period of time, and both are great players, but I think Tim did better overall throughout his career. And no, this doesn't mean Hakeem is not in my top 10 list. I was just saying compared to Tim Duncan, he's not there, and Tim Duncan is now in the top 10 list. So yeah, it's Shaq, Hakeem, Wilt, Bill Russell, and Steph left to make up for 3 spots. Let's talk about Wilt. I mean, Wilt went up against Bill Russell for most of his career, and I mean, Bill Russell played 13 years in the NBA and had 11 rings, and I know it was when his team was so much better than the other teams and he just didn't score as much, but Bill Russell is super athletic, an amazing defender, one of the best defenders we've ever seen in the game of basketball. And the fact that 11 rings, like, you can make all your arguments against 11 rings, but it still matters. And the fact that Will Chamberlain was the guy who broke the scoring record, averaged 50 points in a single season, but only had 2 rings. I mean, you're going up against this guy named Bill Russell. You're going up against him. It's you versus him in the playoffs. One has 11, one has 2. I mean, that really just shows why I think Bill Russell is better than Wilt on this all-time list. And that's why Will has a shot of still making top 10, but I think Bill Russell is going to make the top 10 because of his defense, his rings, and that's going to speak for itself. Let's talk about Shaq's case. I mean, Shaq is one of the most dominant players of all time. 3 times Finals MVP, 1-time MVP. I mean, he's such a great player. And Shaq had also 4 championships. So, I mean, Shaq, great player. So now he's going to be going up against the rest of the guys I mentioned, Wilt, Hakeem, KD, and Oscar Robertson, and Steph for the last 2 spots in the top 10 list. Now let's talk about Steph. And I know this video is supposed to be if Steph is a top 10 NBA player, and I've broken it up, and I think he is. Let me explain why. Steph changed the game in the way that Shaq changed the game. Both are dominant in their own way. Steph has had incredible success. 2-time MVP, first ever unanimous MVP, 4-time champion, and I hate when people say Finals MVP, and I know he has 1 now, but he definitely deserved 1 or 2. He deserved the 1 in 2015 when Iggy won it for his defense on LeBron, and Iggy didn't even play good defense on LeBron. and Steph definitely deserved it that year. And then one of the years with KD, he had a better overall performance. You could say that finals, it was close, but you could still give it to Curry if you wanted to. So you should have 2 or 3 arguably finals MVPs if you look at the stats, if you look at what happened. But what's the matter now is he only has 1, and I hate when people use that against him. So yeah, the 4 guys who will not be making the top 10 list, I've kind of broken it up and explained it, but if you need more explanation, if that was a bit confusing, is Wilt, Hakeem, KD, and Oscar Robertson are all in that 11 to 15 range, you could say. And the 10 guys who make it, no order, is Bill Russell, Tim Duncan, Steph, Shaq, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Kareem, LeBron, Kobe, MJ. I mean, I could maybe do an order, but that's just too tough for me now. But Steph is a top 10 NBA player for sure. I mean, his success is just different. He literally changed the game in a way we've never seen before. He changed the entire NBA, not just one guy, one team, the entire NBA. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed my rant, and let me know if you think Steph is a top 10 NBA player or not. I think he is. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Bye, thank you, and subscribe if you're new.